Today we're talking about Kanye, as in West. And we acknowledge what Dame Dad said because we acknowledge the fact that Kanye suffers from bipolar disorder. Kanye has spoken this out of his own mouth. But on the recent podcast interview coming from Shay Shay, the Chicago-based comedian Lil Rel was talking about Kanye. He made mention of Ye. And he also made mention of some of the pain that Ye feels, that he's going through.
If I could be honest, I think Kanye's on the spectrum. I was watching, once again, Yeezus again, and the way his mom would talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I have my youngest son, he's 6, he has autism. It's a language, man. It's a way you have to talk.
If you watch Kanye, or if you have watched Kanye, you can see that pain from him. You can see that unrest within his spirit. Lil Rel attributes a lot of that to Kanye's mother passing, and his mother, was able to speak the language of Kanye, to be able to talk him off a bridge, to calm him down, to lower his temper, to lower that vibration to a state of peace once again.
Even function and do all these great things, but I'm like, that's why she was able to say certain. You think about it, she's the only one who been able to speak his language.
Mm-hmm.
But when she passed, and then he got hooked up with the KKK, the Kim Kardashian clan, that's when all things went left. And so that's where Kanye is at. He became the 4th member of the KKK. That's why we call him Kanye West at times. But then he also called Kanye West at times also, because he has spoken truth, and some very bold truth, to the power structure system. So Kanye West, the 4th member of the Kim Kardashian clan, or Kanye West, and shout out to the minister. Shout out to the minister, because he recently has a lawsuit against the ADL for defaming his name over decades and decades of time. Yes, I have studied under the minister some of his teachings, and I had to co-sign the fact that he has never said anything anti-Semitic. Now, Kanye has, let's just be clear, but Farrakhan has not. So I don't make that comparison between the two. So we wish well for the minister and his lawsuit against the ADL for their wrongful claim of him being anti-Semitic. Can't come at me, fam. I heard what they said about Farrakhan. I studied it. And then let me say this too. Farrakhan did not endorse Donald J. Trump. You stop them lies. He did not endorse Donald J. Trump. And Farrakhan did not say that Adolf Hitler was a positively great man. No, he did not. He said that he was a negatively great man. That's a big difference. And when you understand the oration skills of Farrakhan, you have to dissect that to some degree. So let's very be clear on that. Nonetheless, why are we in the kitchen today juicing? Because we talk about Kanye. And we make fun to some degree about him being Kanye West and Kanye West, but we still understand that Kanye West is going through some pain. No, real talk. Those outbursts, those negative vibrational energy outcries, those are cries in pain. I feel for Kanye. I'm not making this up. I know what it is to suffer loss of a mom. Some of my friends have suffered loss of moms in this season. I've suffered mine some seasons ago. But I know that as time goes on, if you apply the mind to the higher laws of truth, to what some may call God, or to your religious deity, or whatever things that brings out the better essence of your spirit, that raises your vibrational energy, and attending your mind to the higher laws of truth, and then attending your spirit as well, but attending your mind to the physical body. As above, so below, as below, so above. You cannot negate this. I'm showing you my physical form today because it's been about 1 year since I started these videos. I started these videos 1 year ago in this kitchen, pouring this juice. And I will never stop pouring this juice. I'll never stop juicing. I'll never stop pouring. Today we're juicing and pouring. So let's get on right to it, okay? While we're juicing, we'll talk about Kanye while we're juicing today. This is why we invite Kanye to the channel, like real talk. Because we know that Kanye is suffering. But we know that some of this suffering can be lessened. Maybe not completely eradicated nor reversed, but some of this can be lessened. It can be less stressing. Once you start taking these herbs, whole food minerals, these juices, mainly the celery juice. See, we didn't change our recipe, family. We don't change. We have multiple recipes, but we have not changed our primary recipe for longevity, for breaking down calcification within the body, stones, and reversing and helping much illness on the mental and the physical plane. And as we make mention, some sicknesses in America can be reversed by the things we put inside of our tank, inside of our body. Why is that? Because much of the sickness and illnesses which come upon us is based upon what we put into our tank, what we put into our body. And as we use the old ancient principle from the days of scientific chemet, as above, so below, as below, so above, we can begin to see how the physical body and the mental body, they correspond, they correlate, they're connected, they go hand in hand. They're different, but not separate. They're not separated. So if I'm putting the wrong things inside my physical body, it's swelling my body up. What do you think it's doing to the brain functions, unto the mental capacities, the mental cognitions? I'm not making fun, I'm being serious. If you have excessive weight here, at times, not all the time, come on, but at times it's going to slow down cognition because you're not in a comfortable state. You're not at ease. That's why they say they say obesity is a chronic illness. It's a fact because you're constantly in that condition, in that state. So I want to show you how I look 1 year ago versus 1 year. And I've been doing this for over 20-something years, okay? This is nothing new to me. This is just me showing and proving and showing and telling to some degree. But I make no jokes. We invite Kanye over here because we truly believe that we can balance out that Kanye and the Farrakanye. We call that the I and the me, or in this case, the I and the me, the masculine principle of the mind and the feminine principle of the mind. And those two must be in harmony. When the I and the me are running around rampant, or the me is running rampant because the I of the mind is not awakened, so put the me in check. Yes, this is the days that, once again, from the science of the mental science of ancient chemists. When the I and the me become one, now they are I am. They are a conscious being. That's why we suggest you must put the mind to the higher laws, the higher truths, but also keep your eyes on the ground. Mind to the gods, or to the gods, but your eyes to the ground. And we find our medicines in the ground. So we must go back to the ground in which this physical flesh comes from to get well again. Not just in the physical sense, but also in a mental sense. Yes, because the more we put these things inside of our system, the whole food minerals and these wonderful fruit juices, which help to decalcify pineal glands, which is a brain function, which cause depression, anxiety, ADHD, a whole bunch of other ailments. Yes, that's what the celery juice does. Because once you start drinking that celery juice, you're going to start urinating. Now, why am I peeing so much? Because you're pissing out the calcification within the body. You're pissing out the naggalies and the dysfunctions and the waste and the toxicities in the body. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's why we invite Kanye West over here to this channel. So we know the power of Kanye. We want him to become a whole one, not just the I and not just the me. We want him to become an I am being. Yes. Let me just drink my juice on down. Get the juice in you. One last thing before I go, I failed to mention. There's a lot of, I know this video is a little longer than not. We're in the kitchen, we pouring juice, we drinking juice. Get that. There's a lot of sickness going on within the American citizenry. We believe that there's a combination of cold, flu, COVID, long COVID, and possibly some other ailments coming in, okay, which is plaguing the American society. There are many reports of people having stomach bugs, stomach viruses, diarrhea, gas, lack of appetite, lack of digestion, lack of energy. Okay, there's a lot of sickness going on, and so it seems that now today that if someone gets sick, that it's taking them longer than not to get well again. So this is also a problem we believe is coming forward to some degree after the pandemic. Nonetheless, this is now the new environment that we must contend with. It only encourages you and I to drink more juice, to eat more whole food minerals, and to eat as clean as possible. When the body gets sick, the body begins to it says to you, we're not well, don't feed us that garbage that you normally feed us. That's why we got sick, most likely. Just being real. Okay? Not the only reason, but it's a high probability as to why that is. The CDC and the FDA should be outcry in the streets for what they have allowed the American people to consume on a daily basis when you compare that to other European countries, African countries, and Asian countries. This is facts. Okay? But get this juice in you. Oh, yes. Brings me to my point. I'm not making this up. I'm being real. Seriously. If you have suffered long COVID or COVID, one of the primary problems with that, aside from the upper respiratory, you will have suffer from a low libido. Okay? You're not going to be able to get going like you need to get going. And I'm telling you right now, when you think about COVID or you think about us upper respiratory issues in these days, because they're all becoming one, they're all kind of fusing together. When you talk about it these days, think about the holiday season, if you will. Seriously, the holiday season. And you're gonna need some green and some red to combat some of this. What do you mean? Red rashy helps fight off multiple flus, including C19. That will help with much of the mucus and the upper respiratory issue, and the upper respiratory area, particularly in the back of the neck as well. Cordyceps for the lungs. But even when the mucus dries up, okay, even when the mucus dries up, you're still going to be somewhat lethargic, and your sexual arousement, part of my language, I'm trying to be all, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to want to enjoy yourself. I got to. This is the first red rashy. The second red, no lie, seriously, red wine. Some red wine. Not only does it fight off bacteria and germs in the upper respiratory and the lungs, helps to reduce mucus, but it also increases libido. I prefer a nice sweet red wine. Okay, you need not break the bank, but it actually is a good medicine. I lied to you not. It's in the Bible, in fact, too, and the Quran. It's a good medicine, and will help to restore the libido and the sexual arousement to some degree if you have suffered from long C19. This is facts. So those are the two reds that I suggest. Okay, those are the two reds, and then one more green. You can Google all I'm saying. Google all this. Google this. What? And that's the two reds, and then there's a green. The green tea. I got this green tea from one of my South Korean friends. But this is green tea. You can probably find good organic green tea at your local producer somewhere, local store somewhere. So get that in you. So reds and greens actually help with that type of bacteria, germ, mucus that is permeating through the airways today. Okay, I fell victim. Thankful to the living God, I found the remedy which was most beneficial for me. I now share that openly. Okay. For every sickness, there's a cure, fam. Gotta know that. For every sickness, there's a cure, fam. For every problem, there's a solution, fam. Okay? Don't let them tell you no different. So they want to go back to Kanye. They want to suggest Kanye go to therapy and things like that. I'm not knocking therapy. I have no problem with therapy. If you want to do therapy, then you go do therapy. But after you do therapy, you're going to still have to go eat. You're going to still have to go drink. And what you're putting inside this system can be disturbing. It can serve as a disturbance unto your physical and mental wellness. Okay? And the more you put this good stuff inside your body, the more clean, not only will your body be, but the more clean your thoughts will be. You can recall things more quickly because you are purging yourself of some of that sludge and that drudge within the physical body. I think I said enough today. I like being in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen every day. I just don't film every day, but I'm here every single day. It's one of the key components in getting my mind right. It's the juice, baby. It's the juice.